Hey, fifth grade, for today's poetry lesson, we are actually starting a new grouping of poems. This group of poems will revolve around the theme of metaphors. As we read through these poems, it will be very important that as readers we consider every word, line, image, and metaphor. It will also be important for us to appreciate and recognize the difference between figurative and literal language. One of the things that I want to remind you of before I even get started, since we're talking about metaphors and figurative language in this grouping of poems, is your reference folder, your ELA reference folder. If you would turn to page 21, in that, you will find some definitions and some examples of what the difference between a metaphor, a simile, and personification are. So if you're not sure, when we get to the part where you analyze for metaphors, you can always go back into your ELA reference page or reference folder, page 21. Julia had read and written enough poems by 7th grade to understand that the best way to express her strong feelings about poetry, about what it does in her life, is through metaphors. Follow along with me as I read her poem. Poem. When the world gets too loud, you are a grassy field, where the only sound is the wind that whispers through the trees. When life is boring, you are a circus, you are a bullfight, you are an airplane, and I am the pilot. When I am sad, you are all the roses any gardener could ever dream. Your sweet, pungent smell fills even the largest room. But you are also the dank, dark streets of some forlorn city, and you are the bristly man who wanders them, hands rough with years of too little love. When I am lonely, you are my friend, and I think I can experience the whole world right here in my bedroom with you, poem. So before I have you go back in and analyze, I want to point out just a couple of things. I want you to realize that the subject of the poem, which is a poem itself, only appears in the title and then as the final line. So she tells you what she's writing about with the title, and then it's not mentioned specifically again until the very last line. The other thing I want you to talk about is that she is speaking directly to the you in this, and the you is a poem. Also, Julia uses metaphors to express a wide range of emotions. So when life is boring, here are all the things that a poem is for her. When she is sad, here are all the things that a poem is for her. I think you get the idea. Go ahead, and when you go back into this poem, today I want you to mark and comment on your very favorite metaphors. And so I'm going to give an example, and I'd like for you to go in and find 3 of your own. So I'm going to highlight when life is boring, you are a circus. This is a metaphor, and I'm going to add a comment. This is a metaphor for what a poem does when life is boring. So I'm going to write a comment that I like this metaphor because it describes how a poem can bring chaos to a boring day. Okay, and then I would hit the comment button. All right, so I want you to do that 3 times, and I'm asking you to go back in and mark and comment on your favorite examples of metaphor. So she's saying anytime you see you, that's a pretty good sign that she's using an example here, because she's saying that the poem, you the poem, is this. She's saying it's something else, and she's saying something about the poem when she says that. And I know that seems a little bit crazy, but if you come back to that page in your ELA reference folder, it will help you so much. So what I'm asking you to do is to go back into Julia's poem on your own, consider what she did as a creator of metaphor, and comment on your favorite metaphors. Be specific when you explain why you like it, and also remember this as a writer. The objects, ideas, and experiences of your life that elicit your strongest feelings are ripe to be expressed as metaphors. Something you might try as a poet is to list the objects and experiences you feel strongly about. Then see if one of them invites you to view it with new eyes. All right, guys, I love you and miss you. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here to help, and I can't wait to see you in person. Bye.